Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Sunday, June 19th. Sitting down here at Heritage Port in Wheeling, enjoying another beautiful day. It's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all those fathers out there, and the ones who aren't fathers but act like them. It's also June 19th, which is Juneteenth. This is the day it's celebrated that Texas finally got word that the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed 2 years earlier, freeing all the slaves. Texas was a little late getting the word, but guys, I can't. Somebody down in Galveston passed the word to Texas. But let's get into the meat of the video now. What is a solar generator? I don't know for sure, but I think a lot of these channels are showing these power stations, power banks basically, and they're calling them solar generators. That's what they're being marketed as, are solar generators. I have a couple. I've got a nice big one and small one that a company sent me. And my understanding is a generator is a motor that generates electricity. Right? These solar generators, the Blue Eddies, the Jackeries, the EcoFlows, the all of them, right? They're just big power banks. They don't generate anything. And I don't know when they started calling them solar generators. And before you run out there, I saw a video yesterday. I'm not going to call her out by name, but she's like, I'm throwing away my gas generator because they sent her this Blue Eddy solar generator. And I left the comment, said, you better keep that gas generator because you're going to have to charge that thing somehow. It's like they don't explain to you, these things are, not enough people understand what watt hours are. Yeah, it's a 4,000 watt generator. My Champion out in the barn is a 4,000 watt generator. I put gas in it, I put oil in it, I maintain it. When it's running, it's producing electricity that I can use. I can set my 4,000 watt, or I think it's 3,200 watt power bank solar generator next to it. And when my generator stops producing electricity because it runs out of fuel, I put more fuel in it, it's producing more electricity. When that battery runs out, that power station, that solar generator, if you will, when that runs out, you're done until the sun comes up, and hopefully you get a perfectly clear, sunny, uninterrupted day to try to charge it. Try to charge back up 3,200 watts. They sell them with these 200 watt foldable solar panels or whatever. Nah, that's not going to work. You're not going to be able to charge them up. And what happens if you lose power in a storm? You plug this thing into your refrigerator and your freezer and whatever. Those things have a limited amount of watt hours. That's what you have to look at. Let's say you've got a 5,000 watt hour power bank. You're running a 100 watt light bulb. In an hour, that's going to use 100 watts out of your 5,000 you have available. So basically you can run it for 50 hours, a light bulb. Figure out what your refrigerator is running per hour, or your freezer, or all of your devices. How many watts are you going to be using every hour? And you figure out how many hours of watts you have available to you. And then you're going to be out of power. And that thing's going to be dead until you can get it charged back up. Sure, you can plug it in the wall and charge it. Well, you're using it because you have no electricity. So you're not going to charge it that way. You can go out and unfold the solar panels if the sun comes out the next day. If you're in the middle of a storm, might not be any sun coming out for you to try to charge with. And I don't care how good your solar panels are. If you got 200 watts of solar, you're not going to generate 5,000 watts of energy in 5 hours of sunshine. I mean, do the math. I'm saying these things are great. I absolutely love mine. But I get this question all the time. Why do you spend all that money on your solar system at the cabin with the, solar panels and the charge controller and the inverters and the battery bank? Well, when you can get this little box. That little box is great for going camping. Or like last week we had the power go out from the storms. I could use that to keep my freezer going and my freezer going for 6 or 7 hours. It would be good for that. Well, for 6 hours I don't have to worry about it too much anyway. I just won't open the refrigerator or the freezer and it would last that long. I would have to use my gas generator. I'd have to go out and get the big one from the barn, or I've got a small 2300 watt inverter generator that runs off gas. That will run all I need. That's, my Champion generator gives me 4,000 watts an hour for as long as it's running. My Blue Eddy that gives me 3,200 watts will give me that 3,200 watts for probably, just general running of things, 6 hours. And it's dead. I can't add fuel to it to get more in it. I can't plug it in the wall to get more in it. I can't put the solar panels out at 3 o'clock in the morning when it runs out. So they're not, they're being sold as emergency power for when the power goes out. And it's true, they are emergency power for a few hours. You guys have got to learn this. I see so many people say, yeah, I'm going to buy one of those. I'm going to buy one. That's going to get me through my next storm. I'm not going to have to worry about anything. Well, those channels that are showing these things, they're saying what they're told to say. And they're misleading people. I don't know when they started calling them solar generators or what marketing person thought that term up. It sounds great. And I guess in a way my system at my off-grid cabin then is a solar generator, because I use the solar power to generate the electricity to store in my battery bank. So, okay, so you could say that's solar generator, but it's not. We all know it. Figure out how many watts you're going to need. Look at that. Those things are thousands of dollars too. They're selling you a solar generator for $3,000. That's not going to be what you think it is, because they're not telling you all of it or telling you how to figure out what it is that you need. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I got a 220 watt foldable solar panel from a company yesterday, Thursday I got it, that I have to do a review on. I mean, I think it's great. I love having it. When I take my van out and go camping, it's perfect for that kind of thing. I'm not going to be trying to run my household on it, so I don't have to worry about that. And that, I can charge it during the hour. I can plug it in my van while I'm driving, If all else fails, I can use my inverter generator to charge it. The one I have, I think, is the only brand that can do power both ways. It will run things while you've got the solar panels out charging it. I think EcoFlow is the only one that has that technology where it will pass through energy. I think. I'm not sure. Maybe the others have got it by now. I don't know. I've had this one I've got for a couple years now. I love it. But it's not, I don't depend on it to run my house when the power goes out. I know it's not going to do that. I know I can charge my devices off of it. My mini fridge will run off of it for about 12 hours. But that's it. That's all I'm ever going to get out of it. You want to make a pot of coffee with it? There went half of your stored energy. Those things are not generators, they're power banks. The only thing they do is store energy, let you use, and a small amount. They store the electricity, you use it when you want to use it. You have to put it back in there at some point. So that's the kind of stuff you got to think about before you buy these solar generators. Buy a solar power bank. I think they stretched it a bit when they called it solar power stations. But calling them solar generators, that just blows it out of the water for me, because that's not what they are. In my opinion, the way I understand generating electricity, the way I understand it. That's all I got to say. I hear people, and people ask me questions about, well, why can't I just buy this and I don't have to worry about anything, because I don't need to have it outside, I don't have to add gas to it, it's real quiet, blah, blah. Yeah, it is. At a campground, that would be perfect, because that'll run your have your LED lights and your DC stuff and charge up your stuff, run your little TV, perfect. No, none of your neighbors in the campground will be disturbed, and that's respectful. But don't buy it thinking you got a 4,000 watt generator to run your appliances for a week until the power comes back on. Don't make that mistake like so many people are starting to do, because they're being lied to. We got to learn when we're being lied to. That's what happens here. Anyway, just something I thought I should mention that hopefully helps some people out, give them something to think about when they get ready to purchase one of these things. I don't know what else to talk about. All my good tribe, I'm sitting here holding this camera, so hopefully I'm not doing too bad a job. It's very windy down here at Heritage Port today, but it's a good wind as long as you're in the shade. I like it. But I wanted to ride my bike down here. Got my bike out the shed, got it all loaded up with everything, and started taking off. My back tire was flat. I was like, holy crap, I don't know when it went flat. I rode the bike 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I rode it. I don't know when the damn thing went flat, but I'm gonna try to fill it up, see if it holds there. I might have to just go get a tire put on it. Brand new bike. I mean, I don't have 100 miles on it. It's like a car. But yeah, so I walked down here. It was a good walk. I need to walk every now and then. I'll tell you what, I'm a little sore from yesterday though. It was yesterday was a little rough, hanging that gutter and everything. Oh, up and down the ladders, fighting wasps, jumping off of ladders because wasps were coming after me. But yeah, I needed to walk anyway. I got to get back into that. I got lazy during the winter and put on some of the weight that I'd lost, so now I gotta get back in the game. But hope y'all enjoyed this. Again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Happy Juneteenth to all the Juneteenthers. Everybody that wants to celebrate, all is good. Remember, like, share, comment. do all those kind of things. You got any questions about these solar generators or how they work or what you should get? Shoot me a line, and I'll do my best to answer you if I can. But I think they're getting ready. I'm gonna see if I don't lose too much. I'm gonna spin this around, show you where I am. So I told you I was down here. Boats going by on the Ohio River. Making noise. That's the first one though that really interrupted us. Did you notice that? So can't get a barge. But I'm gonna chill out here a while, enjoy this, and then take my walk back home. Y'all have a good one. I'm out.